Have you ever seen cards like this, or like this, but can't seem to find them anywhere on the checklist? Maybe you've seen cards like this, but you can only find one on the checklist and have no idea where the other one came from. Well, while there is a chance that these cards could be misprinted or errors, they're most likely from ePack achievements. Let me show you what I mean. What's going on YouTube? Flipping Out SC coming at you with a brand new video. And in today's video, we're keeping the ePack Explained series going with an introduction to ePack achievements. What are they? What can you get? And how hard are they? I'll do my best to answer all these questions and then some, but just so you know, the world of achievements is a massive space and would take much longer to explain than a 5 to 10 minute video will allow, so you may have to do a little bit of research on your own. But with the knowledge I'm about to drop on you today, that research should be a breeze. First, let's start with where you can find information on achievements in general. To find this information, you can go to the Collect tab and over to the Achievements section. From here, since it's new and one of my favorite products to achievement hunt in, let's take a look at 22-23 Skybox Metal Universe Hockey. When you click on a tab, all available achievements for that product will drop down. Looking at the first achievement, the title tells you what it is you get if you complete the achievement, which in this case is an Alexander Ovechkin Jambalaya. And underneath that, the description tells you what you need to do in order to achieve that achievement. Collect the complete set of Gold Spectrum FX. Below that, there's a list of other achievements that you can choose to complete for the same product. Let's take a look at some of the others and see what they say. Some of the achievements may look easy, but can be quite the opposite if you really read into them. For example, if we look at the Slavkovsky and Metal X level 10 achievement, to earn this, you need to redeem a full set of Metal X achievement cards 1 to 17. But to get those cards, you need to complete some achievements up to 3 times. Not only that, but achievements like level 1, 2, 3, and 4 are randomly awarded, so you may need to complete them more than 3 times if you don't get each individual card the first 3 times through and end up with doubles. Now, you can always trade with others, especially the others that are trying to complete the same achievement, but that too can be a chore as not everyone plays nice all the time. So with that said, my first tip here is to always fully understand the achievements before you get started, or it may end up costing you a lot more than you thought it would. The next point in regards to achievements that I like to go over is the difference between redeemed and unredeemed cards. Now, this point is extremely important for achievements, so please listen carefully. Cards that have been used for completing an achievement are considered redeemed, as you have to redeem them to get the achievement card. These cards will have a little orange R in the top left corner. These cards also cannot be used in their current form to complete another achievement. You will have to use cards that do not have the little R in the top left corner to complete the achievement. However, if these cards need to be combined to complete the achievement it is that you're going after, they will work. Once a card is combined, that new card has technically not been redeemed and it will not have the little R in the top left. It will be a new card and will be able to be used for the achievement. So to recap, if you need to use the card in its current form, it has to be unredeemed. But if you need to combine the card and use the combined card to get the achievement, then the cards used for getting there can be redeemed to create that card. The only cards that don't get marked as redeemed once you redeem them are the free purple cards, as UD doesn't really care who gets free avatars and whatnot. Now, one other thing to be very careful with when completing achievements is whether the cards need to be redeemed to get the achievement card or combined. While it is rare, from time to time, instead of just redeeming your cards and giving you an extra card, an achievement will instead combine your cards into the achievement card. I've only seen it a time or two, but I know that with the latest release of Synergy, if you want to achieve a gold Rink Ink autograph, you would have to collect all of the 2030 cards, Star of the Show cards, and Thrill Rides cards. And then, instead of redeeming them, you would actually lose the cards and they would be combined into a random gold Rink Ink autograph card. Many people weren't ready to lose the cards they collected in order to achieve this auto, so always be aware and read the instructions carefully before trying to collect the cards you need for an achievement. And lastly, I want to talk about what is weirdly one of my favorite and least favorite parts of the achievements, depending on which side I'm on. It's what many on the site call the achievement tax. Now, what is the achievement tax, you ask? Well, it's when a card that is normally not a very expensive card becomes much more expensive due to the fact that it's tied to an achievement. For example, I haven't completed many achievements, but back in the summer of 2023, I tried my hand at the 22-23 Series 2 Retro Young Gun achievement. Basically, to get this achievement, you need to collect a full set of each insert set. Calder Candidates, Lunchbox Legends, Welcome to, and World Junior Grants. 100 cards in total, and once redeemed, you get a Retro Young Gun. There were 8 different Retro Young Guns to collect, and once you collected all 8, you could then redeem them for Matty Benier's Retro Young Gun exclusives out of 100. So not only were the set of 8 Young Guns pretty awesome looking, but the exclusives, at the time, had a fair amount of value tied to it. Therefore, the cards needed to collect in order to redeem for it had an extra amount of value added to them. So, cards that are normally worth pennies due to how common they are, were selling for anywhere from 50 cents to $1 each. That rise in price is the achievement tax. Same goes for Upper Deck Series 2 base. Series 1 to a certain extent, but more Series 2 as it's a mad dash to an exclusive achievement. Over the past few years, when Series 2 drops, there's an achievement tied to collecting the entire Series 1 and Series 2 Speckled Rainbow Foil base sets. You also have to collect the full Young Gun sets without speckle foiling them, but mostly this applies to the Speckled Rainbow Foil sets. To collect the entire Speckled Rainbow Foil set, you need to buy a ton of base cards. If you're curious how to combine cards to create Speckled Rainbow Foil cards, I made a full video on combinations and what you need to do to get them, so I'll link it above here. But basically, needing 100 base cards per player and having 200 players to combine, as they only require the base set and not the Young Guns too, people need 20,000 base cards. Now, normally, these base cards sell in ePack for $1 per every 100 after the achievement is done and all the achievement cards have been redeemed. But during the achievement, I've seen base cards sell for up to $4 per 100. If you do the math, people were paying up to $800 just to finish the Speckled Foil set for Series 2. And that's after paying whatever it was they needed in order to speckle the full set of Series 1. But by far the craziest achievement tax I've seen so far is the SPX achievement tax. SPX has by far some of the nicest and most exclusive achievement cards, the die cut 101s. There are 3 different versions: the base 101 die cut, the autographed 101 die cut, and the patch autographed 101 die cut. The SPX base set out of $299 is tied to the autographed 101 die cut set. This past release, when the set dropped, the base cards were selling for at minimum $10 a piece, some for up to $50 each. Normally, one could find these base cards on ComC for around 50 cents or less, depending on the player. So again, for a 100 card set, people were paying over $1,000 to collect and redeem a set of these cards for 101 auto. This player could have ended up being someone like McDavid or Makar, but also could have ended up being someone like Brent Burns or Max Pacioretty. Both great players, but their 101s are worth nowhere near that much. It's all just a very expensive roll of the dice. So I guess the main thing I want you to take out of all of this is that achievements are crazy, wild, and honestly so much fun to complete, while simultaneously being an absolute pain in the you-know-what. If you do decide to take on an achievement or two yourself, please always be sure to read the instructions thoroughly before diving in too far, and really make sure you know what it takes to complete the achievement you've chosen. The worst would be to get halfway through and realize that you won't be quick enough to finish it, if there's a set amount of achievement cards, or that an achievement you thought would be short actually requires a lot more work than you thought it did. But that's all I have for you this time. I hope to see you all roaming the ePack chat forums, or in the ePack Facebook group, looking for achievement cards and bagging some absolutely crazy achievement cards for yourselves. If this is your first video, and you want to learn more about ePack as a whole, feel free to check out this video, or if you have questions regarding combinations that may be required for an achievement you're currently looking at, watch this video here. But until next time, we'll catch you on the flip side.